Hey, what is up, guys? It is Jed, and I'm sure people are pretty hyped for the Grappler, especially with this new Spider-Man game blowing up. The idea of swinging from building to building is pretty dope, I get it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had a good amount of fun with the Grappler, but I can't sit silent because this thing doesn't really belong in a game like Fortnite. I'm gonna try to explain why, even though I feel like it should be pretty obvious at this point. Do you guys remember the jetpack? The hype was unbelievable. People freaking out about how it wasn't in the game. Every single update that didn't include it, people roared about it. Eventually it died down, people accepted that it wasn't coming. Either way, upon announcing the jetpack, people wanted it. A lot of time had passed and it was finally released. I remember people were happy with it for about 24 hours. The people started to realize how bad of an idea it truly was. I believe Epic was aware of that at the time, and that's why it was only a temporary addition. The jetpack allowed you to retake high ground whenever you wanted and push aggressively with zero punishment for bad positioning, due to fall damage not being possible if you have arms. It yielded way too much reward for how easy it was to use. It turned bad players into mediocre players. It took a lot of awareness and good decision making to take one down. Give them an LMG and a jetpack and you'd be surprised how dangerous that was. Epic is fully aware of the feedback that came with the jetpack, so what do? Well, they add the exact same thing, just slightly harder to use and more common. The purpose of the grapple is obviously a positioning tool, and it does it very well. You can easily take high ground with it, stop fall damage if you happen to get shot down. Don't get me wrong, I believe if they're going to implement something like this is significantly better for the game than the jetpack was. This at least requires a semi-functioning brain. Now I'd like to run through a few clips real quick and explain why I don't believe this is good for Fortnite. The Grappler is an additional counter to building, and we have way too many of those right now. Okay, so we've all been in this situation before. You're playing solos, and it's probably not this high, but there's usually someone just sitting in a 1x1. So what do? You could knock out the bottom, you could build up to them, or you could just use a grappling hook. Instant high ground. It is completely yours. That guy is now below you and you have full control over the fight. That was so low effort, and you just immediately get high ground, have complete control of the fight. If you put a ceiling, you can immediately follow up with an edit shot. That didn't cost any materials and you didn't have to give away your position outside of the half second it took you to get up there. It's incredibly easy high ground, really low effort, did not take a lot of skill. Next clip. You're at the top of that 1x1 that you just took over and won. Now you don't have any mats and you want to get down quickly. This is what you do. I personally don't think that's overpowered, but let's say if you were in a build off and you got shot down, you could just immediately take away that risk or the pretty much imminent death at that point. Which this part really isn't that bad. I don't think the ability to save yourself from a fall is bad at all. I definitely do have a bigger issue with the whole retaking high ground portion of this gun. The whole mitigating fall damage, if you're, quick enough to react, is totally fine. It's kind of rare. You're not going to be saving yourself all the time. So that is totally fine. Okay, now this is player one. They're building up on you. They're trying to take high ground right now. So that was player one's effort, and this is player two's effort. And as you can see, this is clearly less effort right here. Boom, high ground, not even an issue. Complete control over the fight, and no mats either. Like, you didn't have to spend any mats on that. Obviously, once you get up there, you do. And it's all because player two just got lucky and got a grappling hook. Like, this isn't skill that you're seeing here. This is just simply, I was lucky enough to get a grappling hook, therefore I get high ground and I have complete control over this fight. Now it's up to player one, who just burnt a lot of mats, to win this fight at a disadvantage now. So one more time. Instant high ground. Not an issue at all. Very easy high ground. I'm just not entirely certain what Epic was thinking here. Let me put this into perspective. Epic Games nerfed willow trees. They added a minigun, added an LMG, clingers, they nerfed llamas, added a wall shredding SMG, the 50-round clip drum gun, buffed explosives, added C4, added the jetpack, thankfully removed it, nerfed editing, added impulses, added better impulses. I know there's more, but you're telling me Epic Games was sitting around their conference room after all of this was added, thinking of new ideas, and they said, guys, listen, We need an item to counter building. It's to the point where I don't even care that they're doing it. It's genuinely amusing that this continues to happen for some reason. Tell me what you think though. Is this a good change? Is this a bad change? Does it belong in the game? Let me know in the comments below. Sorry this is a short video. There isn't much to say on it, but I do hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Peace out, everybody.